I mean, never been through something like that, so it's pretty unique. And obviously, this is a great city, great fan base. Obviously, tough place to play from playing on the other side of things. But so that was exciting. Obviously, they didn't have the year that they wanted last year, but I know looking at this roster and playing against them, it's definitely not like how I think this year will go. So it's definitely an appealing team.
What was your time in Tampa like? I mean, a lot of good defensemen down there, and learning a lot from guys that have done a while in the league. Now you come to a team that's also got some experience. But Tampa specifically, what was it about that team that you felt like you learned how to be a good NHL defenseman?
I mean, just being around guys like the Victor Hedmans and stuff. I mean, even Ryan McDonough, who was here, you learn a lot from those types of guys. And then, I mean, just with the experience they had of winning their couple of cups, going to another final right before I got there. So everyone in the organization, even the forwards, like you guys have Stamkos now, or I should say we have Stamkos now. But no, just like all the experience and all of that. And kind of, it was my first few years pro, and so just learning those things versus college. And I mean, just growing a lot as a player outside of hockey also.
Barry Trotz, he spoke a lot about, and a few days ago, about if you can't defend, you can't win. What were your conversations like with Barry in coming to Nashville?
I mean, he just, I think obviously you always hear like defense wins championships, just in the thing of sports. Obviously, not saying that's necessarily just me, but just as a team. And so obviously being called a defenseman, that's the number one priority. And so I just kind of pride myself on focusing on keeping the puck out of the net. And everyone likes to be up in the offense, but yeah, that's my number one thing, kind of just puck moving defenseman and working from our net out.
A lot of size on the back end with you and Hay coming in, and obviously Brady Shea and Justin Barron who are here. From your perspective, as you look at that, what can that do for defense score? What do you make of kind of the size that you guys bring to the table?
I think one thing is just being hard to play against. The bigger you are, the longer the stick, the less passing lanes there are to get through us. And so, I mean, I think that's just one thing we can really use to our advantage.
When you looked at this team, you said last year they didn't live up to the expectations that they had. You were having conversations with them and looking at this opportunity. What makes you believe that this year this team can do what it was expected to do last year?
I mean, sports are also just a lot of things. There's like little bounces here and there, injuries, this and that. And so, I mean, I think it was just one of those years for them that everything that could go wrong went wrong. And you can't control everything, but you're just kind of bound, the law of averages. You're bound to get some bounces here and there. And then, like I said, there's the experience and everything with the roster, both playing here and then on other teams, is just kind of, like I said, just bound to go on the right trajectory.
And from a culture perspective, I don't know if you talked with Stamkos or any of that. McDonough was up here before. What have you learned about the culture in Nashville, and how much do you feel like you fit into that?
Yeah, no, I talked to Yossi. He reached out right away, and then O'Reilly's reached out, and then I've talked to some of the other guys that have played here, and so I mean, they all liked it. They all, obviously, the city's a great city. Inside the organization's a great. They even just with the the staff and everything, that they reached out, and so I mean, just little stuff like that. Everyone helping out, finding a place to live, just talking to all the staff. I mean, it's just very helpful. Everyone wants everyone to succeed, which is to me, very important for a whole organization.
And what did you learn in your time from Tampa when Stamkos was there as a teammate, and so you can love you where you have it now?
That'll be cool. I mean, he was a great guy. He was, I guess you could say, my first captain in pro, and like I said, just kind of showing me the way of what it's like to be a pro, all of that. Because I mean, in college, you kind of get your hand held a lot, going through school, going through just the itineraries. Whereas pro, I found out that it's just a lot more open. It's kind of up to you to determine what you do on the day in and day out basis. So he was definitely one of those guys that helped a lot.
And off of that, as you become an everyday NHLer, what have you kind of learned in the last few years? What has allowed you to find success and continue to build your game to become that everyday NHLer?
I mean, there's just kind of those things where you just try things here and there, and then you find what works for you. I wouldn't say it's necessarily one or two specific things, but it's just you kind of get into routines, get into like little stuff like that help you succeed day in and day out.
From a Nashville perspective, you mentioned the culture of the organization, tough place to play. A lot of guys think it's one of the favorite road cities. Just curious your thoughts on living in the city and becoming a part of the Nashville community as well.
Yeah, that was definitely another thing that brought me to the team, because obviously it's not only hockey. It's you got to live here too. You got to hopefully have a family here. Maybe my fiance will be coming with me, and so yeah, it was appealing to everything with that. And so I mean, Nashville is just, you always hear. There's a reason why it's so many people want to come here, even just outside of hockey. And so that was definitely one thing that was very appealing.
Nick, speaking outside of hockey, what are your kind of like what hobbies? What do you like? You mentioned you have a fiance. What do y'all like to do outside of hockey?
I mean, I'm a big golfer. My dad played. It was Division III, but he played hockey and golf in college. So I've been golfing and playing hockey for as long as I can remember. So that's definitely one thing. And then my fiance also enjoys to golf, or enjoys golfing. So we do that together, and then yeah, just hanging out with people and having fun.
Live music.
Yeah, definitely like that. I mean, even last night we went out to eat, got some dinner, live music, kind of got a taste of Nashville for sure, and definitely enjoyed it.